Okay, so here we go. We're going to talk about Galileo's his first engagement with the pad. This is the half physio pad. So you can see he, engaged with it, and then he started to stand on it and immediately started releasing, licking and chewing. And this would indicate to me that he is able to withstand the pressure going up into his leg. Look, he even wants more. Look how much he's sinking into the pad, right? So now you're seeing stretch at all the joints. Look how he's bringing his head over. So basically, he's doing everything he can in his power to get as much weight onto that pad and to lean into that pad. He's having a huge release. That could be happening from the changes anywhere from his foot all the way up to his withers, all the way to his pole, because you've got fascial chains. And so by pushing into that pad, he's able to kind of elasticize the fascial chain. Basically, he can kind of bump into it and sort of stimulate it and also get some stretch at the joint. Now you can see he's putting his heel on the pad, his toe on the pad. This is horses that do stuff like this. They have good body awareness. They're in their bodies. They're able to really feel the input. This is not common for horses. This horse is owned by a very competent, manual therapist and trainer who does a lot of different types of things. And so just by virtue of this horse being around her a fair bit, he would probably be in a parasympathetic state of mind and able to have input. So like you can see he's taking a lot of input here. He's feeling it, he's experiencing it. So, first we have the fact that he can receive so much input into his body that he can move the energy. It doesn't get stuck, it doesn't get painful. A lot of horses don't want to stand on the pad in front because it gets stuck at their shoulders. There's too much congestion there, they can't move it. So now you see he's starting to unwind himself. He just changed his posture behind, and he is now bringing his sort of center of mass back to that left hind. So we kind of see the sort of the diagonal fascial lines at work, and he's still really bumping into that fascial chain from the pole to his foot. He's really feeling into that. So that's what I call this is sort of letting the pole rest on the pad, essentially. So he's resting his pole on the pad. And by virtue of the fact that he's able to really access the grounding with the pad, allows him to let go with the pole. And that's a big mistake that a lot of manual therapists make, is the horses are unstable and they sort of release tissue at the pole, but it doesn't actually make a long-term change because the horses are not stable behind. So basically here he's really doing a lot of work. And this is, the kind of thing where you don't want to interfere with a horse like this. You want to give him his chance to do the work himself, right? Like, why should we do it when he can do it? And it's really great when you can get out of his bubble and he really has to stand on his own and he can't lean into your field at all. And you can see now how he's really squared up his posture. You can kind of see from the beginning that he was a little canted under behind. He's starting to square up. So he's doing the, unwinding. He's working, all the way down to the level of the spinal cord. You can see up there on the left side of the withers, he's got kind of a big muscle spasm there, some overmobilization. That's from hiking that leg. So we can tell that he's been hiking that leg and now he's resting that leg, which allows him to rotate down the whole front of that rib cage and sternum and load into it and let go of those muscles. He didn't know he had that option, right? He just thought that the only way that he could interface with the ground was by hiking the leg. And you can see the big muscles up here. Look at this activation. Look at all these muscles, these over-mobilized muscles that he's been using to keep this leg on the body instead of just loading it onto the ground. So this is such a beautiful, beautiful demonstration of how profound the pad can impact the horse's body, the whole body. And again, if you've got horses that are in receiving energy, that are in their bodies, that are capable of moving the input once it gets to them, they'll do a lot of work. And so where I would expect this horse to be able to go was this will get lifted, this will get more even, and then he'll start to let go of the psoas up here, and that will allow those muscles to relax, and he'll be able to stand a little more square behind. So now he's on both pads. So again, like, clearly, this horse is really capable of doing a lot of self-healing, and that's how it's meant to be. That's nature, right? I mean, this is what's really supposed to be going on in the world, not they don't need all this intervention. They're big and they can do a lot of work themselves, but they've got to be in their bodies. They've got to give them the tools that they need. So yeah, look how nice and straight his legs are. He's getting real extension to all those joints. You can see how we're getting some relaxation through these mobilizing muscles, getting relaxation up here, getting relaxation through the lower back. Here you see the psoas activated. That's what's keeping these legs underneath him. So again, pads behind, manual therapy. I have people just kind of put their hands there. Will really help that. And so look, he's opened up, he's squared up, and we did absolutely nothing. So bravo, Galileo, you rocked.